Folks, welcome to Calvin's Got Game. I'm Calvin.
I'm Lewis.
And before we get started and tell you what we're doing today, let's get some housework out of the way.
Yes.
Housekeeping. Hit that subscribe button. We need about 33 or 43 more.
43, yes.
43 more subscribers to hit that 500. And when we do, we're going to buy a board game and give it away to subscribers only. So, if you want to be in that drawing, hit that subscribe button so we can hit that 500. We can get a game and we can get it pushed out to one of you. And so that's all I got for housekeeping. Lewis, you got anything for housekeeping?
No, I was looking over our videos and I haven't seen no comments or anything. So
I hadn't seen any comments in a while, and that's fine. As long as you're viewing them, if you don't have a comment, that's fine with me too. But I do know that they're getting translated in some other languages, so I see that. Portuguese, and there was another one. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, thought it was pretty cool that they're using a translation deal for that to watch our videos, and I'd be kind of curious what I sound like in Portuguese. But anyway, so today we're doing a video of our top 10 games we enjoy playing with a large group of people. Now, these are games that could play from 1 to 8, 1 to 5, anything that's kind of over 5. So when you get to a game group like we have,
yes.
We sometimes have 7 or 8 people show up, and we don't always like to break off into 2 different groups because we want to play with everybody. And so we enjoy doing that. So we do break off in different groups sometimes because there's a game somebody really wants to play, and it's only a 4-player game, and 4 of us will break off and do that, and 4 of us will play something else. But we usually get back together at some point and play a larger group game. Now, we all know that party games play large groups. I tried to stay away from party games on my list just because, party games just do that naturally. It's what they do. So I tried to show you some board games that plays over 5 people. So that's what I try to do.
Well, I tried. I really did. I got a couple party games on mine. But
no judgment, Lewis. No judgment at all, man. It's hard to find games that play that many people.
And that is not party games.
Right.
So I looked through my collection and I found some that was just at 5.
Okay.
5 that I know very well. I have played them at least once or several times. Or one that I have read the rule books, but I've yet to play it. So I have one on there. On this.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to let you get started, Lewis, and
Really?
Yeah, it's nice of me. We're going to go ahead and get started with our top 10 games, or 10 games. He'll do 5, I'll do 5. 10 games to play with large groups. All right, Lewis.
My number 1 is actually...
The very number 1, or are you doing number 5?
Number 5.
Thank you. I was like, are you doing your number 1 first, Lewis?
Mine, okay. 5 to... That's what my wife...
Like, what are we doing?
Okay, my first one. Let me say that. My first one is One Night Ultimate Vampire.
Vampire, not werewolf. Vampire.
Right.
Wow.
Yes. And this was played a few years back, quite a few, before 2020. And as it was introduced by one of my brothers. I thought it was just werewolf. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize there was vampires and a few other ones out there.
I think there's an alien one, maybe.
Yeah, there's an alien one and there's a kind of monster one.
That vampire game really must suck. Get it?
Yeah. Well, it works. It is a 2016 game. My glasses. Bezier games. 3 to 10 players. 10 minutes to play. And actually it's 10 minutes because there's technically one round. Now, it comes with an app to guide you along. Or you don't have to have that little app either. It works just like the werewolf game, but a few different characters in there. One character I like in there is the pickpocket person. The pickpocket person gets to switch stuff around. The chaotic individual, which is myself a little bit on there.
Absolutely.
I like to just throw wrenches into the game. There's 4 vampires in there. There's a Cupid that binds two people to the same role. Yes, role or fate. Fate. So if one dies, the other dies.
Oh, isn't that special?
Yes.
Till death do us part.
Yep.
Accidental part.
They don't. So it's a quick game that, in the end, works just like werewolves, but with a variant of vampires. Because there's one extra piece in there that is ruled by the main vampire, and the main vampire can even betray his own.
Isn't that special?
Why? Because he's
in the game.
Yeah, he's the head honcho.
He's the head guy. Yeah.
So my first choice is One Night Ultimate Vampire.
All right. Well, I kind of rate mine 5-1 on how I enjoy playing them, and I mean I enjoy each one of these games, but how I enjoy playing them with a larger group.
Yes.
All right. So my number 5 is a 2000 game. It's called Citadels. It's by Fantasy Flight. It's 2 to 8 players and 20 to 60 minutes to play. And it's usually on the 60-minute side, maybe a little longer than 60 minutes with 8 players, but it still plays pretty quick. In Citadels, you're trying to build your tableau, your city, buying buildings, and the first person who buys 7 buildings triggers the end of the game.
Yeah.
You have hidden roles in this game to where you'll have one face down in the middle, and then you get the hand of cards. If you're the first player, you pick what role you want, you pass it to the next person. So the next person kind of knows you're one of those 2 people, but they're not, you don't know which one. And then as it goes around the table, your information gets less and less. And so you call the roles out in order, and you perform whatever the role is. And you can either, on your turn, you can take gold, you can draw 2 cards, and then you can build. So you draw 2 cards, keep 1, or take 2 gold, and then you can build a card. And in addition to that, you have an action on your roll that you can do at any time during your turn. So the game's a lot of fun. Citadels is a blast for playing with larger groups of people. I enjoy it. Most people I play it with tend to enjoy it. So Citadels is my number 5.
Yeah, that one I like to play it. It's just, of course, a larger group is better on there.
Yeah, because if you play with 2 people, it's just not as fun. There's still a little bit of intrigue because you put out more cards in the middle. You put 2 face down, 1 flipped up.
Right.
And then you pick your rolls. And then you put whatever's left back down. So you don't know everything, but it's just not as fun with 2 as it is with a larger group.
Yeah, I agree there. My fourth one is another party game, but it's more on a thinking side of the game. So folks that do trivia would like this one. It's called Concept, a 2013 game. Repos Productions is the publisher. 4 to 12 players, about 40 minutes to play. You are pairing up with somebody hopefully that can read you very well. Hopefully somebody that knows how you think, knows how your train of thought works. But if you do it random, which I like to do, say, okay, randomly pick, we're going to be picking folks. That's the fun part. There's a board with a whole bunch of different images on there. And you have to convey a topic from a card to your teammate.
Is this the one with the question marks that you put out on the board? Okay.
Yes. And you can choose how many points you go for. I think it's 2, 3, 4, or 2, 4, 5. Just depending how tough the topic is. And you put little markers on the board, and all these pictures are on this board. And you're trying to convey the subject from the card to your teammate. Now, I played it recently with a group of with another family from our martial arts studio, and my wife and his wife teamed up. Then me and my wife's friend, her husband, we teamed up, and we were knocking it out. I didn't know him so that well, but we were just knocking it out.
We're gelling. And you're gelling, you're gelling.
And while my wife and his wife were just looking at us going, "You cheating. You are cheating." But it's a fun game to try to convey a concept like on the card might say Ghostbusters. And all these pictures on here would not show a ghost or you had to figure out how to convey Ghostbusters in abstract imagery, basically. So my fourth one is called Concept.
Yeah, I played that one before. It was okay. Like you say, you had to play it with people you know, and we played it in a larger group. We put more than 2 people on a team because we had quite a few people. So we did that. It was good. It was good, just not, for me, it wasn't great, but it was good. All right, so my number 4 is a 2014 game called Deception, Murder in Hong Kong. It's by Yellow Games, 4 to 12 people. It takes about 20 minutes to play. This game, we played it with 7 last week, and it was a blast. I enjoyed it. In this game, you're trying to you're trying to find out who the murderer is. There's also a witness, and so you have these cards in front of you. You have blue and red cards. The blue cards are the murder weapon. The red cards are the evidence that is kind of either left behind or what's there that the police have found. And so you have one person playing the forensic scientist, and you have these cards, and you're putting bullets on them to show what happened. So what was the cause of death? What was the location? What did the person look like? What was their physical attributes? All these things that may or may not have anything to do, because you draw some of these tiles randomly. So you're like, wow, that's random. So you really, they'll do it like time of day, morning, evening. Well, the murderer, who knows, right? Yep. So you just have to kind of, depending on the clues, because what'll happen is everybody kind of close their eyes, kind of like in a werewolf, and the murderer will choose one evidence and one murder weapon out of the 8 cards that they have. So you have 4 evidence cards, 4 murder weapons, and they'll choose one of each. And then you have to build your case, try to get people to go to that murderer. And the witness knows who the murderer is. So they're trying to steer them there, but you don't want to be too obvious, because if the murderer is found out, then the murderer has a chance to kill the witness and get away with the murder. So it's a lot of fun. If you like deduction games, if you like murder mysteries, because in this game you get about 30 seconds, maybe up to a minute if you so choose. But the game takes 20 minutes to play, so I usually keep it around 30 seconds for everybody to go around and say, ooh, you got that and that. I think you did it, but I'm going to look around, see who else. And then you get one guess. There's 3 rounds, and you get one guess. So if you turn in your badge, you're betting your badge in this game, because if you're wrong, not only do you have to pick the murderer, you have to pick the 2 items that they picked. And if you get one of them wrong, you're wrong. So you lose your case. And so it is just such a fun game. I enjoy it a lot. I don't get it to the table as much as I would like, because you got to have a lot of people.
Yes.
You got to have at least 4. But I think it really shines at 5 and up. So you get to add more rolls and stuff. So absolutely like it. There's also where you can put in a accomplice. And we did play with the accomplice. You don't have to put in the accomplice with other people. You could just have more investigators and just the witness. But it's up to you. The game's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. They give you a little script to read on how to do things. So the game plays very well. It flows well. Deception, Murder in Hong Kong is an excellent game. I enjoy it. That's why it's my number 4.
That one almost made it on my list. But
no, that's great.
I love playing it. I like how you keep that 30 seconds. And because it moves along the game faster.
I keep a stopwatch. I use my stopwatch on my phone. I say, I'm sorry, investigator, your time is up.
Yeah.
And most people stop. Now, some of them will kind of get in there a little last, like a good prosecutor, gets in that last little bit, right? But everybody pretty much respects everybody's time, and it makes the game flow faster.
Yeah, and I like that game so much. With it ever make it to my library? Probably not, because of the
Yeah.
number of players on there.
It will stay in my library probably forever because it is so much fun. If I get a large group, that's a game I'm going to.
My number 3, new game for you,
Okay.
because I know you haven't played it. It is called Finspan.
Yeah, I have not
No.
played it.
It is a 2025 game, one of my newest games on the list. Stonemaier Games, 1 to 5 players, 45 to 60 minutes to play. Now, those who know Stonemaiers and sounds familiar, it is. It is from Wingspan, which also did Wormspan. Now they came out with Finspan. Well, what's so special about it? It actually works way different from of Wingspan. The resources, the cards, it is not really. A lot of folks think Wingspan is a take that kind of game because the resources. It's not. It's just they get there first on there. Fishspan, the cards you accumulate stay with you. You never lose them. Even when you discard them, you discard it to your own discard pile, and you get to bring them back. There's abilities to get those cards back to you. So if you have a card that you cannot use at that moment, discard it to put something else out, because eventually you got it back. There's ways, the resources, much more easier to get resources on this game because everything happens in your board, and whatever the other players doing is happening on their board, just like Wingspan and Wordspan. But the resources stay with you unless you use them, but you get them back as you accomplish certain things. You can put cards, you can put cards with fish on it, and the fish will give you abilities as you activate them. Well, how do you activate them? You got to go diving. You have little men that you go diving down into the ocean, and as you dive by certain areas, you collect cards, resources, and little eggs to get more fish.
Eggs?
Yes.
I mean, I know fish lay eggs, but
Yes.
okay, are they still the colorful little eggs?
No. They'll the what most eggs, fish eggs look like, little gold ones.
Little ball looking.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you get those. So really everything can it be played simultaneously? Everybody going to their simultaneously? Yes, but you got to respect when somebody has to draw from the main pile. There's a main pile that everybody has to draw from. So the gameplay is much more smoother, more time efficient. So for this version of Wings of Spam, yes, I said span, not spam. I said span.
I like spam too.
Yes, but yeah, Finspan is a good version from Wingspan that I think folks that had an issue with Wingspan might enjoy this version because it's not too competitive. It goes at a steady pace. It doesn't take that long. About 60 minutes is about the right time. Now, the kicker. If it has 5 boards, so 5 players, if you buy it, look at the back of the boards first. I'm not going to say what's going to be on it, but look at the back of the boards first. You will be surprised what's the extra little surprise that Stormeyers did for the components on the boards. It's very unique. Not many board games do this. I like how they did it, and I was pleasantly surprised when I found about it. It will eventually make in my collection. When? Don't know. Because I got to get the money for it.
Yeah, this hobby ain't cheap.
No, it's not. So my number 3 is Finspan.
I think I would enjoy Finspan because I like fishing. I like fish. I like fishing for fish. I like, fish tanks. I mean, I like fish. Birds, Birds are nice. Birds are pretty. Wingspan just did not interest me in the least. And Wormspan would be okay too. It's just a little long, I think, than what I want to play for a game like that. But I think Finspan might be something I want to look at.
Actually, Miss Christine and I actually first thing after I got done playing with her, and we both said, you know what? I think Calvin will like this one. I think this version is for Calvin. I think Stonemeyer's thought of Calvin and made the fish for him.
Well, thank you, Stonemeyer Games, for making me a fish game. But all right, well, my number 3 is a 2011 game. It's called Dark Moon. It's by Stronghold Games. 3 to 7 players, takes about 60 to 75 minutes to play. In Dark Moon, there's a trader aspect, of course, as with a lot of these games that are larger player counts in board games. Excuse me, I've been trying to get over these allergies for a while. All right, so in Dark Moon, you're on this spaceship and you're stranded, and you're trying to get everything back to normal so you can get home. So you're rolling dice behind a screen. If someone tries to activate a region, they say, who would like to participate? Well, you have so much stuff that you can participate with, and it depends on how many dice you get. So when you're rolling, the dice have negative values, positive values, and other things. So when you're rolling dice, you may roll all negative behind your screen, but you have to contribute a dice. Once you've committed to helping with a project, you have to commit dice to it. So you could put a dice out there that's not going to help your crew, and so they're going to think you're the betrayer or the traitor. And it's not necessarily always true, but you don't have a choice but to put one out. So I find this game very fun when you're playing it with the right group that enjoys those kind of things. Not everybody likes a traitor in a board game. I do. I think it's great. I think it brings a lot of chaoticness to a game. It gives a choice of, wow, I got to find out who this is so we can overcome them. The game seems to be, I like it a lot. So Dark Moon is my number 3, and it plays up to 7 people, which is fun. And you got to have 3 to play it to begin with, and that's hard for me to get together. So I only play this one very sporadically, but it will never leave my collection either because I enjoy it so much.
Have I played that game?
I don't think so.
No,
I haven't played it. I don't think I've played it with the game group in Longview yet. I don't think a lot of people would like it from our game group in Longview.
No. Yeah, that's true. I love traders.
I just don't. I don't think so. Some might, but some may not. And I don't want to alienate anybody from our board games.
My number 5, 6, 7.
Your number 2.
2. Thank you.
It's okay.
I start counting 5, 6, 7.
It's like, what are we doing, Lewis?
I don't know.
Where are we going with this? Are you on Sesame Street? 5, 6. 6 people.
Well, there's a vampire game. So.
Yeah, that's right. One.
My number 2 is and she didn't put the year on here. Okay, that's okay. My number 2 is an older game. Nothing to do, when I give the title, everybody's going to think of, from the book series or from the show. No, it doesn't. It just has the theme of it on here. It is called The Witcher. Old Word. Okay. A publisher go on boards, 1 to 5 players, about runtime about 90 to 150 minutes. And the 150 minutes is if you have that 5 top players. Mm-hmm. So more players, longer it takes. It is from a movie/book series. The theme of it, the characters of it, and that's it. But it's a good game that... What are you... 1 second. There you go. 1 second.
Technical difficulties.
Yes. Basically, you are a player using magic, using weapons, fighting off creatures. But you don't have to fight off creatures as you travel along this map. Nice map, too. I saw it. I pulled it out as I was opening the game. very detailed map. The components very well made. I have talked to folks that have played it with their family and they say it's a family game for a board game for kids to use. The components are very nice. I can see where the sturdiness of the board of your character can stand up to the constant play on this. But you are playing as a character that you can travel along the road. You can go to inns and gamble. You can go to towns and help out folks. And as you do each activity, you gain cards. You have to do different activities. You just cannot go and battle creatures. Why? Because you are building your deck. So it's a deck builder. Your deck...
I'm intrigued.
Your deck is your life counter.
Yeah.
As you fight creatures, as you fight outer witchers, your life counter, your deck, dwindles. So if you can find decks that work together, and the cards will, not decks but cards, work together, they will have little markings that will say, this will work better with this. And if you can combo, you get to save most of your cards. Because when you're ready to fight a creature, if you don't win against that creature, the creature will, I think the max creature can do you is gives you instructions to take away 5 cards out of your deck. Now, there's 2 ways in the rule books has said there's 2 ways. You can choose which cards to throw away, which is
random.
All random. For me, it should be random. Yeah, random. And that's what the rule book has said. Random. There's some folks do house rules, you pick them, but random should be. But it is to my opinion, a great deck builder, great exploration board game, and great. Is it a little bit take that? Yes, because you are fighting other people. Yeah, other people. But you got to be careful because you encounter one of the toughest monsters, and you don't have those good cards. You wasted them on Dino Witchers. You're gonna die very quickly on that. So my number 2 is The Witcher: Old World.
That's one I've been kind of wanting to play. I've been seeing it and thinking about it, but yeah, maybe you can get it over to the house. We'll play it.
Okay, I do have it.
All right, so my number 2 is a 2013 game. You notice most of these are older games; they're not brand new games. So 2013, it's Eldritch Horror by Fantasy Flight Games. Plays up to 8 people, 1 to 8 people. It's 120 to 240 minutes. Now, I know what you guys are saying. Calvin, you never say you want to play games that are very long and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this one I don't mind because it's very engaging. You're doing stuff on your turn that is storytelling. It's closing gates, fighting monsters, and it's cooperative. So everybody's working together to accomplish the goal of defeating the old one. So in this Eldritch Horror, you're not just in Arkham anymore. You're traveling the world, and there's some side quest in it. There's portals that you have to close. There's monsters you have to fight. And every end of your turn, or end of everybody's turn, everybody will do an event. So wherever you're at, whether you're at a location, whether you're at sea, whether you're on the path, you're going to be doing an expedition or an event that happens at that location. So it has a theme that ties together that's not disconjointed or disconnected. So I really like this game a lot. Eldritch Horror has been in my collection for a long time. I don't see it leaving because you can play it one person, but if I have a large group, I can get that game out and everybody's, most people are excited to play it because it's a, Cthulhu-based game and it's cooperative. So Eldritch Horror is my number 2.
You have had I've heard you talk about it. I've seen you play it. Never played it with you before, but it's a game that I find intriguing myself on that.
I absolutely love the game. I played it solo. I played it with just me and my wife. I played it with me and my kids. Anybody I can get this game to the table with, most of the time I'll play it. The only trouble is finding the time because it's 120 minutes. Even with 2 people, you're probably going to be an hour.
Yes.
Hour and a half.
Um, what is it? Unfathomable. It has a Cthulhu aspect of that game too.
Yeah.
And actually, me and Christine are planning. We're going to try to get together next month and finally play the whole thing.
Well, I'm in. If you're, let me know when it is, and I got time.
Okay, because it's a good game. I think I've started it 7 times. Have never finished it though, because it's just a long game on there.
Well, when you go to if you're a game group, we only have about 3 hours.
Yes.
And so getting in a game where you're going to take almost 3 hours to play one, you can't play a 4-hour game because it's just impossible.
Yeah. My number one, my last one on this topic. I've said it before, had this before, but I just like the game. The concept of it, the play on it. Is Avatar: The Last Airbender, Fire Nation Rising, a 2022 game. The Ops Games publisher, 1 to 5 players, 60 minutes to play, and it's about that time, 1 hour. If you know Avatar: The Last Airbender series, the Nickelodeon series, the Netflix series, the book series, the card game series, it is just like that. You are a bender of the elements, going through and trying to defeat the Fire Lord.
I'm sorry, I just got a vision of a meme in my head from I'd seen it about an airbending. But go ahead, I'm sorry, it made me giggle.
No, I understand because I've seen them. I think I've seen them all too. And I know which one you are talking about.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. But you are one of the several characters, one of the 5 main characters that gotta be fighting off go get other characters, combine their abilities, and defeat the Fire Lord. You can be a waterbender, earthbender, airbender, firebender, even just an ordinary warrior on there. But it's how you collect the other character cards, build them on your in your area, and then use their abilities to work off each other and to defeat the Fire Nation. But the one thing, unlike the other Rising games, which has a timer that triggers things if it happens, this has a timer on the right side that has its own deck. And when you finish your turn, not everybody's turn, your turn. So your turn, then this card is flipped over, a card flipped over. And it has a Fire Nation. The Fire Nation marker moves up. So when your next player goes, and when he or she finishes their turn, they have to flip over a card. So that marker for the Fire Nation moves up way faster. So you have to be very commutative with your other players to make things happen. Because if you don't, very quickly the Fire Nation will get their side of the board marker moved up the fastest, and then a lot more bad things going to happen. So it's a game that is commutatively got to be done. You cannot be the lone hero. You cannot be, I'm going to be leading everybody. I'm going to do, because I have the best cards here.
I'm the tank.
Yes. Well, if you take the best cards and leave everybody else with the not so great cards, you basically ruin your whole party. You have to co-op on this game very, very carefully on that. So Avatar: The Last Airbender, Fire Nation Rising is my number one.
Well, and that's a pretty newer game, 2022.
Yes. My newest game was Finspan.
Oh, 2025. None of mine are in the 20s. They're all in the 2020s. They're all later than that. So, all right, my number one. This is a game that I really enjoyed. It's from 2005. It's called Shadows over Camelot. It's by Days of Wonder. It's 3 to 7 players. Takes about 60 to 90 minutes to play. I enjoy this game. Once again, it does have a trader aspect in it. But the fun part is on your turn, you're trying to complete certain missions. You're trying to get Excalibur. You're trying to get the Holy Grail. You're trying to fend off the pikemen and the other folks, and trying to defeat the Black Knight. Man, there's allergies. And trying to get things taken care of to win the game. Now, it is cooperative, so you're trying to work together, but you do have somebody that could be the traitor. There may or may not be one. I played this game fully cooperative. I played this game with the traitor, and I've yet to win it. It is kind of difficult to win. It's very pokerish style hands. You're trying to get 4 of a kind, 3 of a kind, a straight to defeat things. And you're trying to accomplish getting the things that you need, like the Holy Grail, the Excalibur, defeating the Black Knight, and fighting off the pikemen or whatever they're called, and somebody else. I can't remember. But anyway, this game is a lot of fun. On your turn, you do 2 things. You'll do a good thing, and then you have to do a bad thing. So you may not be the traitor, but you have to do a bad thing every turn, and you have to do a good thing every turn. So it's just a lot of fun. I enjoy it so much, and it's just a game that I like to get to the table a lot, but I don't, because I got to have at least 3 players. Mm-hmm. And so it plays better probably at 4 to 5. I'm not sure about the 7 player. I've never got it up to that count. But I actually like this game quite a bit. That's why it's my number 1. And I will get this to the table any chance I get. Shadows over Camelot from Days of Wonder is my number 1.
You know what? I'm surprised that one game wasn't on there.
What game was that?
Crossover. Just went blank on it. The zombie game.
Oh, Zombicide Black Plague? Or the other one?
The other one.
Night of the Living Dead?
Yes.
Well, I like those too, but it's a theme that some people may not like, you know. So some people don't like to fight hordes and hordes and hordes of zombies. Mm-hmm. On your turn, you're fighting hordes and hordes of zombies. So some people don't like that. So I tried to get games that were more strategy games, where everybody's working together to do something, or there's things that you can do to mitigate things in that game. You can do that in Zombicide Black Plague and also Night of the Living Dead. But,
and Dead of Winter.
Well, Dead of Winter, I think, only plays to 4, maybe? No. I don't know. I can't remember. But I like Dead of Winter as well. Everybody knows that. I got a poster of it back here. And I try to put it on every list, but I tried not to do this time.
Yeah.
So I talk about Dead of Winter a lot. But those are our 10 games that we like to play if we have a large group of people. So we'd like to know what your favorite large group game is. It could be a party game. It could be a regular board. It could be whatever. As long as it plays at least 5 and up. Mm-hmm. That's what I consider a large group game. Now, these games can be, a lot of my games can be played solo or with 2 people, but they'll play up to, the highest one I have is up to 12, and that's the Deception Murder Hong Kong. So I would like to hear what you guys think. What do you think of the list? We'd like to know.
Yep. I think my highest one was 12 too, and that was Concept.
Yes. Yeah. So, guys, hey, we thank you for watching. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. We need your help to hit that 500. And we see them shooting up every now and again. I get like 3 at one time. I don't know if those are bots. I don't know if they're people. But, hey, whatever it is, if we hit it with bots, we hit it with bots. But we hope it's people that are enjoying the video.
Yes, we do.
We enjoy making them. We enjoy talking about board games. I love board games, or I wouldn't be in this hobby. And we try to bring in more people. Where our game group is growing, which I'm excited about. We got some really great people, and we're growing by leaps and bounds. So, I don't have anything else to comment. Lewis, you got anything other than our...
No, go ahead and...
All right, tag it up.
Yeah, tag it up.
All right, guys, get a board game to the table. Spend time with your friends and family. And I thank you for watching Calvin's Guide Game.